basically what I'm doing, I've got a little bread pop up here, and I'm using one of the little banana soft floaties from Bank Angler just to tip it off. So a very small snowman basically. I've been feeding a few spots around, and I've basically run out of boilies. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make them here on the bank. So I'm going to just chuck a couple of rods in. I'm not really paying too much attention to them on this lake, but that's basically what we're rolling with, one of those. So a little bread pop up with a floaty tip. It just gives a good little aiming point for the fish to aim at, and obviously an added bit of buoyancy because that is quite a big hook. And then I've just got basically 1.5 ounce lead. I don't like using big leads. So the idea, fish comes in, sucks that up, bam, hits the lead as it does, and then it just pricks into my finger and he'll bolt off. And on the other rod, as a temporary fix until I've made some more boilies, I'm just using good old bread. What I do is I get pretty much the entire middle of the slice. There we go, a little bit less than that, about there. Quite a big bit, for about 3 fingers wide. Fold it. Then we've got a nice size 6 wide gape again. Straight on the mono this time. I've taken the hair rig off. Just pierce it through so you've got a nice point showing. And then fold one side, fold the other side, and then give it a real tight pinch onto the shank of the hook. And then lightly pinch this bit, but not too much because you want that to soak up the water. And float a little bit. So we've got that little parcel there, so I'll just show you. Massive lump of bread. If you're a match angler, you'll be like, what the hell? But trust me, it gets picked a few times and that, and you get left with a nice doughy lump for that monster. Now again, this is a bit more of that tubing I showed you before on the other rig, but I've obviously cut it down, make it a little bit neater. So it's just off a method feeder, an old method feeder, and it just literally pushes over the top of your swivel, like so. That's just jammed onto your sinker there. So it's just a semi-fixed bolt rig. So when he gets that, shakes his head, or unfortunately if you snap off, that will slide off. Fish isn't dragging it around. Same thing as if it doesn't snap off and you're hooked on, especially in a snaggy area like some of my spots, that'll shake off when he shakes his head and slide up the line a bit and just help you keep the fish up in the water. So what I'm doing with that is getting some of this tropical, again, Bank Angler, you gotta love it, mate. Some of the products he's doing now are just brilliant. Ugh. Give it a good shake up. And this isn't just a flavour, there's fish attractant in there, so I rate it a lot. I'm just getting it off my own hooking mat because it's pretty potent stuff. And giving it a good spray. That smells very tropical. As you can see, just letting that soak up into the bread for a little bit. And we'll launch that out as well. So we'll have 2 baited rods out there, see what happens. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be making up some ground bait and some boilies for a bit later. So stay tuned. Whoop, we're in.